This is Papa Brad's Gaming. Exciting news from AtGames. A new Legends Ultimate's coming out, and it's coming to Sam's soon. 300 games built in, including a ton of Atari greats, and Battletoads, Bubble Bobble, Space Invaders, Killer Games List. Got a brand new user interface. Stay tuned at the end of this video for a complete preview of the brand new user interface. Man, I am stoked for this. AtGames Legends Ultimate has been a mainstay in the Papa Brad arcade. I can't wait to get the new model. It's got brand new art. They have an ArcadeNet HD 2.0 coming out soon. It's going to have a day one update. It's going to drop all the goodies on you. Of course, it has pinball buttons, so you'll be able to play those great AtGames pinball games. Can't wait to get my hands on this for the purpose of review. It's coming to Sam's Club. I'm definitely going to be picking one of these up. What about you? Are you excited for the brand new Legends Ultimate Arcade? This thing can play, 99% of the golden age of arcade. I do like this new user interface. I can't wait to dive deep into it. You get 35% off on arcade and pinball packs. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the new Legends Ultimate? You excited for this? We debuted the news on Arcade Talk. We showed it first, and here's just a follow-up video. AtGames put out this little sizzle reel. Stay tuned for a full preview of the new operating system. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the new Legends Ultimate? You excited for this? So let's just look at the overview. Tons of pinball tables coming. Less expensive models available. Financing available.
Yep.
Hot new talent coming in. That's going to probably bring even more pinball tables to AtGames. I would say they're pretty much on fire, TMCLOSKY. I mean, that sounds like a thriving company to me.
Me too. Yeah, 78.
Pinball tables dropping, basically, if you figure it out, almost every week you have something new to play. Sign me up. It couldn't get better.
It's even going to get better. 78 more new tables next year. Max Pixel and Zen.
And look at the licenses. Look at the licenses that were on Pinball Arcade. If we get any of those, they got some aces in that. If you look at the tables, if you look pinball,
in there,
they got some aces.
Terminator 2. Yeah, I hope they can get some of those. It'd
be interesting. McCloskey, we're not even bringing up. I know people are like, well, they're not going to big box stores. Well, they're dropping a new ALU in Sam's. They've been keeping on the DL, haven't they? But we got the scoop, don't we, T?
Yep.
We got the scoop. There's a new ALU coming.
Yeah, it was supposed to come this month, but I'm not sure. We still got 1 week left. But it is coming, Papa Brad.
I mean, I got two ALUs, but they have a new one coming out.
And we got new artwork.
You got pics? TMCLOSKY, you got some pics to show?
Yeah. Oh, let's get that off screen.
It's priced pretty reasonably too. For multicade, it's priced pretty good price. The price is right.
So
$550, TMCLOSKY.
No sense.
That's $549 at Sam's. I do like the new artwork. I think it looks better than the old one.
Yeah. It says right up here, I don't know if you can read it. It says coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get on the notification list if you want to.
The TMCLOSKY, I'll be flipping that front plate the other direction so it's black, but that's just me.
And the surprise we both thought was
look at all the Atari. Look at the games. Look at the games. Asteroids, Crystal Castles, Tempest, Centipede, Missile Command. Those are arcade royalty if you're into 80s arcade. Look at all the good Atari titles.
Pong's on there too.
I know they didn't even put out a game list yet, but just from that list, you got some good arcades. Those are built in, so you don't need a flash drive. You don't need to worry about emulation. Just turn the machine on and play. Not bad. It's not bad.
And if you look down here, it says 300 licensed arcade and console games built in.
You know,
full size, authentic multicade arcade controls. You do get the pinball flippers, as you see in the
Battle. And wait a minute, Team McCloskey, what we didn't mention is, what else do I see on there? Battle Toads. Stock. Battle Toads comes on it. Oh, the Battle Toads. The Battle Toads. Team McCloskey. The Battle Toads is on it. Oh, the Battle Toads.
Battle Toads.
I mean, you got, I mean, how can that not be good? I mean, like, just, I mean, if you didn't want to go down the endless black hole of UCE files and learning how to run every arcade game that runs on it, which there's thousands that run perfectly fine on the AtGames right now. I mean, that's a good looking, for that kind of money. That's a good value.
Yep. Yeah, it's cheaper than we can get.
Wait a minute. Why did it go to $3.99? Oh, that was the arcade went up under it. Okay, I was a little excited there for a minute. I was about to drop the mic, but no, $5.49. That is a good arcade for that money.
It says prices may vary in club and online, so it could be a different price on.
McCloskey, you got enough space for 2 grown men to play. You're not all jammed together.
I can verify that.
You want to play some Robotron? Your hands are far apart. You're not playing like this, like you're driving a tank. I mean, your hands are far apart, like on the arcade game. It's a perfect Robotron playing machine. I love playing Robotron on my ALU.
And then look, guys, look what we have in here as well. We got Lion King and Tron. So we got some Disney properties in here, which we thought
got some bangers. Burger Time, Centipede, Space Invaders. Those are arcade A-listers.
But we thought Tron or the Disney games would not be on there, but obviously there's some on there. So that's good news. Is that we got some Disney titles in there.
Got some Disney titles on there.
I was shocked to see that.
We thought Disney was gone, but apparently not.
Apparently not.
Aladdin.
Side work, but
that's a Disney. Yeah, here's the thing. Like, I was thinking about the side work too. It's like, when they sit it on the floor, when they put it in Sam's, it's really just to get people interested in it that don't know what it is, right?
Right.
But us die in the wool hardcore arcade, people that have home arcades, we know what games these machines have on it and they could play. You could flip that front panel around and have it be black. But I mean, when it's sitting in a store though, someone's walking, they see that Centipede on there, they're like, oh, I remember Centipede back in 1981. They go, they play.
There's Pong from 1978.
They see it on that beautiful screen with perfect black levels, that beautiful screen that they use. And the thing will sell itself. If you put that in a Sam's and having a floor model, it'll sell itself, Yeah.
And then I don't know if you guys noticed, there is the new side art on there. You can see the side art looks a little different. You got Battletoads up there.
You got Battletoads, man. You got some renovation action, Valis. Some renovation.
Let's pull this picture up.
Carlos says he loves Lunar Lander.
Yep. And you guys notice too, the bezel is just black now.
The bezel doesn't have all that Tron goofiness. If you love the Tron goofiness, it's okay. I would rather have like the Tron like you have behind you, Team McCloskey. But I like it. It's black. I mean, it just looks classy. I mean, like I said, you flip that front plate. You want just a nice multicade, plays a ton of games. Yeah, even people that have home arcades, this was an option everyone should have in their home arcade. I mean, I always use my ALU.
And then there's Space Invaders, Bubble Bobble.
Yeah,
Operation Wolf is on the side art there, and then looks like
you got some Dinosaur Dynasty. Will it come with a pinball table on it? That's Dinosaur Dynasty.
It should.
It's got the T-Rex.
Because we got the flippers.
It's got the T-Rex. It does have the pinball buttons.
So at least comes with the Natural History Pack 1. Obviously, since
I tell you, when I saw it, I was not really disappointed. I was surprised. I thought, this looks pretty good. I could see this selling in like a Sam's.
Yep. Good price. It's better price than you can get at AtGames store.
Yeah, and Team McCloskey, Battletoads. It's got Battletoads.
Battletoads, even on the side art too.
Team McCloskey, can you imagine if that Battletoads even worked online? How killer would that be? We don't even know what they got in the works, in the back works, in the back room. Team McCloskey, we don't know what's going on in the back room.
Nope.
But we know that if they have Killer Instinct, they're probably planning on making some kind of online, right?
Yep. So and you can see here the T-molding still chrome.
Still, I see. At first, I thought it was the white from that picture, but then in this picture, you can see it's chrome.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They don't show the other side, unfortunately, but
yeah,
there's a little video. I don't know what this video on here is.
Oh, I didn't even know we have a video too, man. We got all kind of surprises. Oh, look at it without the art. Look at that, the black.
Oh, what was that?
That's interesting. Huh.
That looks. Does that look like the art that they use on the ALU Mini? Almost looks like there's a plastic sleeve over that side.
It looks like it.
Yeah, that's Star Wars down there. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know
that's
what
not
they're
even
doing there.
That's not even the old art, so I'm not sure.
I know, and it's got the Tron bezel. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't think this is a subject to change. It doesn't have the new interface, huh? This is the old video.
I think that's the Mini. Is that the ALU Mini? Because look, there's hardly any room.
Player.
Yeah, but look, there's hardly any room between these two. Boy, and they're not even men. They look close together. I think that might be the Mini. I don't know, man. Could be wrong, but
I don't think this video is the final version because look at the control panel. It doesn't look the same.
No. This video is a waste of time, Pop Brad.
TMCLOSKY, this video is a waste of time. We shouldn't even be showing this video.
Look, I think it's the ALU Mini.
I don't know what it is. It's probably a prototype. It's probably a prototype.
Yeah, see, there's two adults.
There's two adults playing TMCLOSKY. It doesn't look cramped. It's the same thing. It's the same thing we've had all along.
But they don't show the other side art, so I'm not sure if it's going to be the same or it's going to be different games on it. But
well, that side art looks better to me.
Oh yeah, I really like the new side art. It looks like, I think it looks better. But the old one, I like the black bezel if it's going to stay that way.
Yeah, because it's in a store. Whenever they need to put the barbecue grills in that space, those whatever they have left, go cheap. TMCLOSKY. That's the way this stuff works.
Should I wait then?
I don't know.
Buy one?
I'm not saying you should wait. What I'm saying is, if you don't have a home arcade, multicade, this is a good option.
It is a good option.
And certainly, if you have an AtGames Pinball, you should be thinking about getting an ALU to match it because there's so many arcade games, and we used to do tournaments on the arcade games on that Legends Ultimate. They just kind of stopped for some reason, but that was fun. I'm playing Burger Time right now in a tournament. TMCLOSKY calling all ballers. We're playing Burger Time. Where's everyone at? People are afraid to post a score. People are afraid to post a score.
They're afraid?
I don't know. No one's posting scores. Burger Time's great. It's a lot of fun.
Some of the new things on this, you got over 40 popular arcade accessories and digital game packs available to purchase. 16 gigabyte system storage for enhanced performance, 7 pre-installed apps with 500 megabytes video content, and built-in pro-grade pinball buttons.
Yeah, I've had one of these for a long time too. They got a lot of stuff in the store. You want some old Atari 2600 games? They got a huge library, Activision pack.
Oh, the Activision.
You want some killer Genesis games that are retro bangers? They got the renovations packs. They're fun. They got a lot of good stuff besides that. And then on top of that, TMCLOSKY, come on. We know this thing's an emulation beast. We know that with a little USB magic, you can play the rest of home arcade for the most part, except for up to the maybe 2000s, maybe the late 2000s. All those games are going to work.
Yep.
Until you get to the more modern games, then you're going to up to Dreamcast. You're not going to have any problem on this thing.
All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Biggie D, man. Have a good rest of your night. Israel Gaming asks a question: does the VPN tables play just as well in ALU, or if I want VPN, just get a table, right? No, they play well on ALU. Obviously, it's not going to be the long screen, like on the pinball, but it still plays good. It even plays good. I play pinball on my Gamer Mini, which is a puck in.
The other day, just for fun, I played a little pinball on the. I put a short up playing pinball. There's a short on my channel of me playing Dr. Seuss pinball, so you can check that out if you want to see some pinball on it. Yeah, you can play pinball.
Yeah, it played pinball. And they sell, like this one here is coming with the flippers. But if you had ALU older one, it does not come with the flippers, but you can purchase those. The side flippers there, so it feels like a real pinball.
Yeah.
So yeah, it plays good on ALU, the
But,
pinball tables.
Well,
Can't
I
get
mean, but we gotta be honest too. It's not the 4KP either, though. I mean, there's a huge jump. I mean,
Oh yeah,
that's an apple and an orange. You know, I mean, it's a big difference there too. But I mean, if you just want to play a couple tables as a diversion, as
yeah.
another option, you can do them.
You
Especially
just,
like the Gottliebs. Like I find the older stuff like works really good. The older tables tend to run smoother.
yeah, Carosa, you can play pinball in a Core Plus.
Mhm.
You just can't play the Zen tables. That's just 4K only. But you
Yeah.
can do all the other ones, all the
Yeah,
other
you can
tables.
play natural history tables,
Yep, 1 and 2.
The Taito tables.
Yep, all the Dr. Seuss. So yeah, everything except for Zen you can play on the ALU or
The Zaccaria tables. There's lots of stuff you can play if you really want to.
yep.
But what I'm saying, what a great option this would be for someone that maybe they got the 4K pinball and they don't have any kind of arcade thing in their house at all. I mean, here's a machine right off the bat. You just flick a switch. It has 300 games from the get-go. And then has once again, just like the 4K pinball, it has a super open upgrade path where there's like literally thousands more games you can add. I mean, this makes a lot of sense for those new people that are getting the pinball to me.
And this is
check
not
out one of these arcades.
And this is not an arcade 1-up size. This is a full size arcade.
No, this is enough room, and with all the controls, it's got all the controls you need: spinners, trackball,
joysticks,
fighting game setup for the buttons.
Yep. And here it is. Here the height is 66.44 inches. The width is 21.65, and then the width is 29.53 inches, and then that's the width. And then when you call the going back length, I guess, is 21.65. But the height, as you see, is 66.44 inches, which is pretty tall. Yeah, I was surprised how tall these were and big these were.
Yeah.
When I went over to Caro's and played it for the first time. It's
like,
damn, that thing's a beast.
Once again, we're not saying this is like an equal of playing it on the HD pinball or playing it on a 4KP, but there are pinball tables that they have that will run on it. It will play fine.
Yeah, they play. Yeah,
probably not the newest ones though. The newest ones might, I don't know if it's powerful enough for that.
Yeah, Caro says I played Grinch on my ALU. Yep, definitely can play them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, RD spent some money, man. He said I bought the 4K during the second wave launch sale, and I bought the ALU at the same time.
He got a whole arcade. He's got the arcade games and the pinball. He's set.
I know you got a multicade basically for pinball, and multicade for arcade games.
That's it, man. You literally can play hundreds of pinball machines, hundreds of arcade games, right there. One-stop shop.
But that's a big purchase, though. You spent some money, man.
Yeah,
getting both of those at the same time.
Well, they kind of multiplied. I got more and more AtGames. I started with one ALU. Then I got the HD pinball. Then I got a second ALU. Then I got the 4K, So they could have kind of multiplied.
Yeah, especially if you get some of those good deals, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to pick up another ALU or maybe one of these days 4K pinball. But yeah, so $549 at Sam's is going to come out. Obviously, it's going to be here sometime sooner than later since they already have it up on our website.
I was just really excited to see all the Atari games are still on there, and Battletoads. I love Atari, and you got Battletoads on there, so I was excited to see that.
Yeah, Killer Instinct should be on here too, right? Since Battletoads are on here.
I don't think so.
No? Wonder why.
If it was on there, it would have been on the side art. You better believe me.
Yeah, maybe it's on the other side. But I'm just surprised Battletoads on there. Killer Instinct. You thought the first one would have played well on here, but maybe
I think you're going to. I don't know. We don't know yet. Let's not speculate.
Yeah, I'm not going to speculate.
We don't know yet, so let's not even speculate.
But it is going to come with 300 built-in games. So,
only thing we know is that they themed the supposedly the in development console, the next version of the arcade to Killer Instinct. We know that it was planned to be skinned to that, but Other than that,
Yeah, and it'll be on there. Yeah, 1 and 2 will
I
be
mean,
on
we
that.
know it's going to be on that for sure. But I mean, other than that, we don't really know. And I think there's still a lot of, they got a long runway to get it the way it needs to be.
Yeah, because ALU 4K, if you weren't in there, got pushed back to the summer or fall area of 2025. So,
But honestly, if you're looking to play classic arcade games, this will play most of the classics.
yeah,
You know, it's going to get you covered for like 90% of, you go in a modern arcade, that's a retro arcade that's special. It's going to play 99% of those games fine.
Yep.
Just the more modern stuff. And, watch Papa Brad's Gaming. There's a lot of gems you might not have ever heard of. Carl O will tell you there's a lot of hidden gems that are great games that just for one reason or another never really got the daylight. They never got the shine. But there's a ton of great arcade games that just people don't even know about. TMCLOSKY, and we highlight them all the time on our channels. But there's a ton of good games that you can discover with having a nice multicade.
Yep. Caro said there's a chance the Zach tables will be 50% off in the future. That is true because during Autumn Nod, they gave us this little clip, and it says 50% off. Exclusive red carpet week 1 deals. We're not sure when this is coming, but it's coming soon.
Those will be the ones you'll have to do on your machine. You'll do it on your machine.
Yeah, you have to purchase it on your machine. It does not include Zen, but it includes all the other ones.
That's the back gate. That's sneaking the doorman an extra $5, so you get in there. That's giving the doorman a little tip. TMCLOSKY, we're going the secret passage. get the super deal. But you can do it on the machine. It's not going to be on the store. It's going to be on the machine.
And it's going to be, I'm not sure. I don't think it's on the HD yet. I'm not sure, but it says available on your Legends 4K and new Legends HD machines via App Store X. So that is coming at some point. So
that is interesting.
Zach packs will be 50%.
Yeah, we got a ton off. We got 50 cents off of the Snoopy pinball.
Yeah, for 50.
We got a huge discount, 50 cents.
Yeah. Hey, 50 cents better than nothing.
50 cents is better than nothing, but
450 is better than 5.
Yeah, I mean,
so we definitely have to keep our eyes out for this sale.
Yeah, and let's face it though, Zen has to make money. They spent a lot to get it to where it's at now. I mean, it wasn't for free. Having all those people work together to figure it out cost them quite a bit of money and development.
Yeah, even Chucky at $5 is a steal, right?
I mean, Chucky for $5. I mean, what a value, huh? This is Papa Brad coming at you with a demo of the new AtGames user interface demo. This is what will be available on the new 4K machines when they're eventually released. First, I will show the Legends CE 4K and landscape. Then I will show the new user interface in vertical. What do you think? Leave comments in the comments section. Let me know what you think of this new user interface. Are you excited for the new AtGames 4K products? Thank you. I'm going to put on some chill music and just sit back and enjoy the demo. And as always, stay legit. This is Papa Brad's Gaming coming at you with a review of the Legends Ultimate Arcade. Is it any good? Let's check it out. I have had the Legends Ultimate Arcade now for 3 years. I have 2 of them. I have an original model, which is 1.0. When they first came out, not regretted having the 1.0 machine. Then I added a new model with the pinball buttons later. When I found one on sale at Sam's, I picked it up. Why does Papa Brad love the Legends Ultimate Arcade so much? Well, thousands of games work on it. That's a pretty good reason. The controls are good. That's another good reason. You got a spinner, you got a trackball. Are they the best of the best? No. Are they okay? Are they decent? Yes. Same thing with the buttons and the sticks. They're okay. They're better than Arcade 1-Up, standard arcade controls. I mean, if you play games a lot like me, I've replaced buttons. They wear out. That's what you would do with a real arcade. That's what you do with the Legends Ultimate. It's the same thing. It's basically using, real arcade parts. So, good controls. Sound is medium. Stock games, they got some pretty good ones in there. They got some ones that I like. Just off the top of my head, the games that I really like, I play a lot of the stock games. I like Centipede. I like Burger Time. I like all the classic games that are in there. Missile Command. And then they have the ability to add games, which is another great benefit. I bought the Activision pack, added a ton of Atari games to the list. But you get 300 games, and for me, there's some good retro games in there. There are some good classic arcade games in there. And I think just the value, even with the stock games, it's worth it for the stock games. You get thousands of games. With the Bring Your Own Games feature, you can even play games like Commodore 64. I mean, it's as much as you want to get into emulation, it can do a lot, but you have to be willing to learn a lot as well. And, AtGames to me is the NASA of the home arcade companies. They're enabling you to tinker. If you want to get in there, get your hands dirty, learn how to get these games to run. There's a lot of good games you can get to run on the Legends Ultimate Arcade. If you have a well-equipped arcade, you need to have a multi-cade that can play a lot of games. And the AtGames Legends Ultimate is certainly a very competent emulation machine. All you need is a USB stick. First, I'd like to talk about the controls on the AtGames Legends Ultimate. I mean, you have good quality arcade controls. It has 2 joysticks, 2 spinners, a trackball, and even pinball buttons. The monitor is a high-definition monitor. The AtGames Legends Ultimate has excellent black levels. So when you're playing a classic arcade game like Robotron, Galaga, or Pac-Man, having a good black level where the blacks are totally black makes all the difference in the world. The AtGames Legends Ultimate comes with 300 built-in games. There's some great games on there. You got games like Centipede, Space Invaders, Burger Time. There's definitely lots to offer. I like the Atari games that are on there. There's some good retro games. There's some good arcades. You can also buy packs such as the Activision pack. For someone that loves retro games like me, you get a bunch of great Activision and Atari games in that pack that I just love those games. So having them on the Legends Ultimate is just a big win. Legends Ultimate is really, for me, is mainly an emulation machine. The screen is really good on the AtGames Legends Ultimate. It has a 24-inch HD LCD display. The black levels are fantastic on the monitor, and that's a huge plus when you're playing classic arcade games like Robotron, Galaga, Miss Pac-Man, anything that has a black background looks great on the Legends Ultimate Arcade. The machine has some internal storage, 16 gigabytes, and 7 pre-installed apps. Legends Ultimate also has the ability to play some pinball. It's not the ultimate way to play pinball, but the fact that you can play pinball on the arcade is very cool. They even give you pinball buttons. The thing you got to remember is that this is kind of like the Swiss Army knife of home arcades. It does everything, and that's one of the things that makes the Legends Ultimate pretty much a must-have in your arcade. You can do so much with it. You can play coin ops on it. You can play the stock games on it. You can connect it to a computer, and you can use just the controls and screen with the computer. So much you can do with it. It has good controls. It has a good monitor. And for a system that, I bought 3 years ago, I mean, it's still pretty current. You know, I mean, people are like, oh, AtGames isn't doing much. Well, they don't have to do much because they have an awesome system to begin with. I mean, they're really just at this point refining what they have. I feel like I've gotten a ton of value out of the Legends Ultimate Arcade. I can play thousands of arcade games on it. I can play 300 stock games on it with some really good arcade titles. Games I like, some old school ones like Asteroids, Millipede, Missile Command, Centipede, you know, Tron. There's just a ton of different types of games on the machine. And I don't think it really gets the love that it deserves. It's not trying to be or look like a classic arcade game. It's just basically an open platform where you can put your games and play them. And for what it is, it does it great. As a matter of fact, if you look, I have 2 of them. So I mean, I totally believe in this product. I play it all the time, and it's just a great product. It just works. And that's one of the great things about the Legends Ultimate. Some other things I like, they have a bit pixel display. You can get a special marquee, which uses LEDs to change the marquee with the game. They now have a bit pixel LCD as well, which will allow you to change the marquee with a very high level LCD display too, which is awesome. The AtGames Legends Ultimate does come with 300 licensed arcade games built in. You've got a nice mix of arcade games in there. You've got some bangers like Asteroids, Millipede, Missile Command, Space Invaders. I will say that Space Invaders they have is very it's bare bones. I mean, for me, I have an iArcade, so I'm playing Space Invaders. I'm playing on the iArcade. It's the best version of Space Invaders ever brought home. But it's on the Legends Ultimate if you want to play it. They have Burger Time, Centipede, Fix-It Felix Jr., Tetris, Tron. I mean, there's just a ton of good games. Plus, you can add game packs. Like I added the Activision game pack. I added a bunch of Atari games to my machine. It's up, and that's one of the cool things. It's upgradable. You can buy packs and add even more games to it, which will just load when you turn the machine on. So 300 games on it from the get-go, with the ability to add more or even bring your own games. And the bringing your own games is where you're going to get thousands of arcade games. Pretty much it plays them all. Does it play them all perfectly? No. Some of the games, quite a few, have emulation issues. But if you're not hyper picky, like I'm pretty picky on my arcade games because I just want them to be perfect. But if you're not real critical, most of them it plays very well. Sound is kind of medium. You know, I'd say it's as good as any arcade one up. It's not going to touch an iArcade, that's for sure. But it's okay. It's adequate sound. For the average person, they're going to be happy with the sound. Until you hear something like an iArcade, you don't realize that it's not that great. I mean, it's good. The sound on the AtGames Legends Ultimate is acceptable, but it's not great like the iArcade. The monitor is very good on the Legends Ultimate Arcade. It's a 24-inch high-definition LCD monitor. It is letterbox, but they put bezels on, and that makes it totally acceptable to have that type of screen. It works well. The speakers are in stereo. I'd say the art is kind of a weak point of the arcade. You can see on my main Legends Ultimate, I actually took and made it all black. I just prefer that look. My 1.0, I pretty much kept it with the stock art. But art to me, it's not really great. I mean, I don't really like it that much on the Legends Ultimate. It's all right. Gives you a lot of options when you're playing games. You can pause, rewind. You have save and load functionalities. Machine tracks your high scores. You can change the aspect ratios of the games with the screen to your preference. I always keep them in the original arcade aspect ratios, but options, and that's one of the good things about the Legends Arcade, Ultimate Legends. The Legends Ultimate Arcade, you can do a lot. They give you a lot of options. You can pause games, you can save and load games. It has save states. The machine tracks your high scores. You can change the aspect ratios, which I would never do, but you can. Like if you want the screen stretched, you can do that. Options are always good. The Legends Ultimate is a very open arcade platform. Another cool thing you can do with it is you can actually just use it as a screen. It has HDMI in. You can press a button, you can use the AtGames Legends screen with anything. You want to play your NES Mini on it, just connect it, hit a button, and boom, you're off. They have a lot of cool accessories. They have the BitPixel LED, which I have on both of my machines. I really like it. Some people say it looks like a light bright, but I love it. It looks like a Las Vegas sign, and I like that the marquees change the games that play them. Now they have the BitPixel LCD, which is even higher quality. It's actually a screen. So they have a screen marquee that you can connect to your stock Legends Ultimate, and the marquees will change with the game. And that's a unique feature. Only AtGames has that. And they make it as easy as it can be to do something like that. With a super powerful open platform like the AtGames, you're going to have to be willing to do a little bit of work to get all these features to work, but it's time that's well worth it. I mean, I can literally play thousands of games on my AtGames Legends Ultimate. Options are good. Other options, they have a 4-player control panel, which is full-sized. So you're not, if you really want to play games with 4 players, they have a new control panel, which is a full-size 4-player arcade panel, which you can put on the Legends Ultimate Arcade. Another good thing about AtGames, they've been very good about not leaving anyone behind. Even with me having the Legends Ultimate 1.0, they've pretty much made all the features available to even my original cab. Having 2 AtGames Legends Ultimates, I can pretty much do anything that they offer right now. And I don't regret buying a second Legends Ultimate. What the Legends Ultimate could do better? Well, the interface is very intimidating. I am so used to it. I know it like the back of my hand. I've had the Legends Ultimate arcades now for 3 years. So I'm very comfortable using it. I kind of know where everything's at. It's so powerful and it's so open that a lot of people initially are intimidated with the amount of options, the amount of games, the amount of controls, the different categories, bring your own game. There's just a lot of tabs to go through. And I don't know if there's an easy way to make it easy and keep it so powerful. And given the choice, I say keep it powerful with a lot of options, And that's what this thing does. It's an open platform. Another room for improvement with the Legends Ultimate Arcade is the look. Overall, the look doesn't bother me. It's a multicade, but for some people, it doesn't really have the look of any single classic arcade. I actually like that it's very low profile. You can stick it against the wall. It doesn't take up a lot of space. And it just functions really well. With my main Legends Ultimate Arcade, I blacked it out. I got rid of all the art. On my main one, the art was, you could stick it on. It was like it just basically used screws to hold on. I never put on the side art. I flipped over the front panel. So basically my Legends Ultimate Arcade is all black. My original one, I left it stock. It has some artwork that goes with some of the stock games on it. And I don't love it, especially all the game logos on the front panel. But it's not terrible either. It's not the worst. That was kind of in style when the 1.0 Legends Ultimate came out. They were competing with Arcade 1-Up. They put all the logos on the front panel of the machine. I feel like AtGames was just following the current trend. But given a choice, I prefer it all black. Just black that mug out. Because it's a multicade, it does not have to have graphics from any arcade, specific machine on it. Because I'm going to play thousands of games on it. I don't need it to look like any one game. So, should you get an AtGames Legends Ultimate Arcade? I would say definitely. If you don't have one and you're into home arcade, it's one of the best machines. It's got, bring your own games. You can put thousands of games on it. I mean, you can play all kinds of stuff. Commodore 64, Atari, NES, Super Nintendo. You can play Genesis games. You can play Sega CD games on it. I mean, if you're willing to dig in and learn how the emulation works, you literally can play thousands and thousands and thousands of games on the Legends Ultimate Arcade. You've got good quality controls. I think everyone, if you have a well-equipped home arcade, you need to have one good multicade. Certainly the Legends Ultimate is an excellent choice. I do like the AtGames Legends Ultimate Arcade. I have 2 of them. If I was going to rate it on a scale of 1 out of 10, I would rate it a 9 out of 10. It gets the 9 because of the power that it has. It gets the 9 because the fact that in the 3 years I've had it, they've just continued upgrading it and refining it. Sometimes people are like, oh, AtGames isn't doing a lot. Well, they don't have to do a lot. I mean, they pretty much got the machine that they have. They got it close to perfect. I mean, it's very refined at this point. There's very little they have to do to it. It plays all the games I want it to play. The main thing they need to do is not break the features that they have working now. And I would say 9 out of 10. The reason why it doesn't get a 10 out of 10 is, here are the reasons. Interface is not easy for beginners to use. 1. 2, the artwork. On one of mine, I was able to make it all black, which I love. And if it came that way, that's how I would prefer it. But the artwork is a negative to me. It's not needed. I mean, I just prefer my multicade to be all black. And I don't think most people love the artwork. It's all right. And it is a multicade. It doesn't need to be themed to a specific game. Other negatives, I really can't think of any. I mean, it's a good, solid, bring your own game, open platform. And I can't think of any reason, if you're really into home arcades, I can't think of any reason you would not have an AtGames Legends Ultimate. It's, bang for buck, what you get for your money. You can't go wrong with the AtGames Legends Ultimate Arcade. I play my AtGames Legends Ultimate all the time. I love it. It's got a lot of great games. I mean, I play Robotron on it pretty much all the time. I mean, one of my machines pretty much always has Robotron running when I set my arcade on. And if you're looking for a great multicade, or you have a lot of other arcades, whether they're Arcade 1-Ups or whether it's iArcades, I would say definitely an AtGames Legends Ultimate is a good addition to any home arcade. I'd highly recommend it. And that concludes my review of the Legends Ultimate Arcade. 9 out of 10, a strong rating. Definitely an arcade that most people should have. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Doesn't cost anything to do that. Consider subscribing to the channel if you like home arcade content, as I'll be covering more home arcade content from all the companies. Thank you for watching. This is Papa Brad reminding you to stay legit.